Hey kids, so when we all think of influential presidents, we usually think of Washington or Lincoln, or maybe some more modern presidents like Obama or Trump. However, because some of us are younger than iPhones, we often forget about influential presidents that served before we were born. Well, let me introduce you to Ronald Reagan. This man was certainly something. He served from 1981 to 1989, so pretty much all the 80s. Now, you might be wondering, how was this wrinkly old skin sack influential? Well, for one, you know the thing where 10% of our population owns 50% of all the wealth in the country? Well, that started with Rotten Ronny. From 1980 to 1987, the percentage of the national income owned by the top 1% of earners went from about 11% to around 15%. That may sound like only a little, but that is a $169 billion increase. And if you take a look at this little graph here, that inequality has been rising ever since. Now, why would he do this? Certainly, there must be a pretty good reason for letting the amount of wealth most of society owns stagnate in favor of the already incredibly powerful upper class, right? Well, he did this as a part of Reaganomics, which was his plan to bring our economy out of recession by decreasing inflation and increasing jobs. The policies within this plan included tax cuts for high-income earners, privatization, and deregulation. This plan kind of worked. While the economy did grow faster than before, real wages continued to stagnate, and our debt ballooned due to said tax cuts. Well, that's all well and cool. I mean, balloons are fun, but, stalactites they're pretty scary. And speaking of scary, you know what else is really scary? Minorities. Specifically gay people. And black people. Uh-oh. Lil Ronny over here is just so scared of black people that he, the ideological base of the Republican Party, the rootin' tootin', gun-toting, God-fearing Americans. He was one of the first legislators to introduce gun control in the United States because he was just so scared. You see, back in my day, there was this little thing called the Black Panther Party. Now, these silly little commies loved guns and would often protest and patrol their neighborhoods open carrying, which scared Ronald so much that he introduced gun control while he was the governor of California because, they're really scary and their skin color is different than mine. Because, white people walking around open carrying M4s they're just nice patriotic Americans exercising their rights, but them black people open carrying, they're a bunch of scary riders, 'cause that's how that works. Thanks, Ronald. Thank you so very much. And oh my God, I almost forgot. I was just so afraid of the differently colored people that I almost forgot about the equally terrifying gay people. Before the 80s, the Republican Party was fairly secular. It didn't really care about social issues all that much except for supporting segregation. But that started to change with Reagan. Before him, the Republicans weren't very God-fearing, but that changed with the founding of the Moral Majority, which was a political advocacy group which Reagan allied himself with in order to gain the support of an increasingly powerful voting bloc, that being evangelical Christians. These silly little guys are the reason why most of our politics nowadays are about social issues that don't really matter as much as they're portrayed, such as abortion, gay rights, transgender rights, etc. Now, of course these issues matter and should be addressed, but when they are the things that the majority of politicians talk about and what a political party bases their entire midterm election on, it's a little silly. And this whole thing is mainly caused by the moral majority and their riling up of evangelicals during the 1980s, in which they appealed to them in their view that society is deteriorating, degeneracy and deviancy are spreading, and that we must return to traditional family values. This is when that term was first brought into American politics. It serves as a complete package of policy positions that brought together previously disconnected issues into one big coherent package with the goal of returning to a glorified 1960s in which everyone is straight, they have a wife, two kids, the dad is the breadwinner, the mom stays at home, and everyone conforms to social norms no matter the cost. And this, my dear friends, is why gay people and trans people and all of the others must be annihilated. This was fun. We have fun here. Anyways, till next time, my name is Bill Cletus, and thank you for watching.